Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today, no guest, new look, just drop. You like it?
You like it? You don't have time to warm up with that long-ass theme song anymore.
You're not going to get too much dancing from the two of us in the future.
No way, baby. No dance November. It's September, but this will drop.
We did a rebrand after being canceled for the Rat Doodle episode.
That's right. The authorities contacted us. The social justice warriors contacted us. The billionaire class contacted us. And so we've decided to kind of make everybody happy.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm prejudiced because I low-key hate everybody equally.
That's right. The South Park style, man. Let's offend everyone equally. I remember at a commercial.
Liberals and conservatives didn't like that one too much. So sorry if you have an ideology.
Oh, snap.
That's right. Sorry if you have an ideology. Folks, it's Oops All Segments. It's episode 100. That's right. And we're not
Haters could
ourselves.
never.
Haters could never. Haters would never. Haters should never. Thomas, how do you feel, man? We've been doing this for almost 2 years.
It's kind of nuts. I feel like the show has disproven the Malcolm Gladwell rule, which is that through practice one acquires new skills and expertise. No, you can, with a very deliberate effort,
we'll be good by episode 10,000.
That's honestly, I guess, to be fair to Malcolm, who was on Epstein's flight logs.
Was he?
It does take. Yeah.
That takes a little wind out of the sails, sort of.
Yeah.
But he spent 10,000 hours doing some terrible stuff over there.
Yeah, I bet that he asked a lot of people to blink so they wouldn't see what he was up to on those fucking planes.
Oh, shit. The medium is the massage he got. Folks, we have solicited from... to be completely transparent, we asked every guest who's previously been on Oops All Segments if they would send in a segment for us, a quick segment for us to do on the 100th episode. And not everybody got back to us. I hate to say it.
And that hurts to hear.
It does.
That breaks my freaking heart.
It does. I gave them a long lead time.
What percentage of guests would you say did it?
I would say, based on the numbers, assuming that we've been at episode 100, assuming
about approximately 100 guests.
Yeah, and I mean it's we had a couple people showing up multiple times, and then we have about just over 20 segments. So I would say it's a 20%, 1 in 5.
1 out of 5 ain't bad.
That's right, baby.
If you submitted a segment, you will be invited back.
Yeah,
otherwise,
and if you didn't, we're coming for you.
Yeah, Greg Stone's been begging to return, but no.
That's right.
He misses his boys.
He misses his boys. We're going to take the place of his kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could have checked in. Do you want to check in?
I don't think we need to check in. No. How are you feeling about 100, Kevin?
How am I feeling about 100? It's been a long ride. It's been I can't emphasize the length
almost
of the
2
ride.
years is nothing close to what it feels like.
An eternity. No, I feel good, man. I feel like I'm excited about the rebrand. This show's silly and fun and it's a good time, but I regret choosing. There's just, how sometimes you'll look back and be like, oh man, if I had just started this thing, if I had just done this on my own, things would be so different. That's like
without me.
Yeah.
Or just you.
No, without you. And I'll be by myself.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I kind of bring a fun contrast to the show, don't I?
I mean, I guess.
With just you, I feel sometimes there might be lulls. I think and I don't mean the LULZ kind.
You think? Do it for the lulls, and the show is just dips in energy. That's something.
That could be the title, maybe.
Do it for the lulls. Yeah.
Yeah. What? I don't know. I don't think without me, it just wouldn't be Oops All Segments, right? It would be something else.
It would be something else, something more heady, something more respectable, but it's not, and that's okay. I love the chaotic, silly energy that we have in the show, and I love that it's not that professional.
It's not childish. It's actually really good, and I think we've found a voice for ourselves over the course of 2 years that is unique in the comedy space. I'm really proud of what we came up with together. I, for one, couldn't have done it without you because you did most of the work.
I mean, that's actually true. I mean, yeah, I know. Oh, man. Hey, you sometimes will tell me a good idea to put in the soundboard.
That's right.
Yeah. Folks, I think it's time we kick things off and get into these segments. What do you think, T?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. The first one I've got here, I'm kind of trying to do them in the order that they were sent to me in.
That's great.
There might be some mess. I'm not sure how well I organized the files, but and this is going to be one chaotic, technologically speaking, episode. But I'm going to screen share. This one here is from Peter, Corey, and Caleb George.
Oh, nice.
Early guests back in the day. They came on. We've got it here.
From
Can you see that?
Cocktails. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, let me just make sure now. I want to make sure the audio is going to play. So let's just check here. Did you hear that?
Didn't.
Hey,
Did that come through? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna run it back. Here we go.
oh hey, hi, it's Peter.
And Caleb.
Hi, you might remember us from the Hitch Cocktails episode of Oops, All Segments.
Yeah, we were very excited about it because
Yeah.
that episode was particularly. I think we talked about
it was
what
episode number. We did the we made a crash joke and
but that's every episode.
Yeah.
Well, which brings us to the point we wanted to kind of talk
The
about.
fuck is this?
You notice that all of your episodes kind of feel the same, all
Exactly
100 so
the
far.
same,
So
yeah.
we were
What the
wondering
fuck?
a question.
Yeah. When are you going to level up your game and try something completely new and different? You know, because 100 episodes, that's a lot. But that's a lot of the same.
See of sameness, right?
Sameness, yeah.
Well, nobody's going to recognize the difference of this one either. So have a great one, guys. Congratulations.
Mission accomplished, you fucking hacks.
Jesus.
Look at our new branding. You want us to try
branding?
something different? We
Yeah.
did, bitch.
Take that, you motherfuckers.
Bitch
Honestly,
cocktails. Bitch cock fails. You
fails.
fucking,
That's
yeah,
right.
You
yeah,
suck.
Dick game week.
How many times you could do an improv show about the fucking birds, you dumb asshole?
If I was to pull up the IG or the social media from Hitch Cocktails, I'm going to be scrolling. I'm going to be seeing the same faces.
I'm
going
gonna
to be
say,
saying,
they found a new fear to inspire their show, and they had a punny title.
oh, punchy stuff. Try doing improv on the streets.
Where we do it.
'Cause no one
Outside
will
of
book
the
us.
annoyance.
Yeah. And yes,
I
we
talked
begged
to
for
Peter,
gigs.
and he didn't know The Trouble with Harry was a Hitchcock movie. Yeah, I'll say it. He had never heard of that one, and sure,
that's
I
the
haven't
trouble
seen
with
it.
Peter.
I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I know it's by the guy.
You'd think if you're going to do a show called Hitch Cocktails, you would at least memorize the motherfucker's Wikipedia.
Memorize all of them, boy.
I don't know what, I feel like we've completed their segment.
We've completed your segment. You guys need to reconsider. Why don't you do a fucking fucking
Tell him, man.
Why don't you do it? No,
Give it to
why
him.
don't listen to me? Why don't you fucking why don't you
Tell
do a
him.
goddamn Vincent Minnelli drinking show for once in your lives?
Who's Vincent Minnelli?
Vincent Minnelli is a Technicolor Dreamweaver. He's
Is
one
he
of the
related
classic.
to Liza?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. He made a lot of beautifully colored films of the era, and they're sort of melodramas. Anyway,
Okay. Beautifully
Yeah.
colored. That's sort of how you've described me.
It
White people.
All right. Next up, speaking of white people, the most
a lot of
famous
these
white,
are going to be
Yeah.
white people.
The most famous white person of all. This is from Guy Maddin.
Wow.
One of our guests that we had on we want to talk about switching things up. Guy was the first guest we had when we moved over to YouTube thumbnail focus. That was the era of Oops, where we were focusing on YouTube thumbnails.
He
Guy's
is
asked us-
Liza's related to him.
Oh,
he
really?
married Judy Garland, I believe.
Okay. Not Guy, obviously. You're talking about...
Vincent.
Vincent Minnelli.
Vincent Minnelli. And he directed Meet Me in St. Louis. That would be the famous one.
Sure. So take notes, Peter and Corey.
Okay.
Or Peter, Corey, and Caleb. Yeah, Peter, Corey, and Caleb. Peter, Corey, and Caleb George.
Oh, man, if we had shared Guy's email on the podcast, that would be funny.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I decided to not dox and punish our guests for being on the show once again. He asked us which star, Devine or Andy Devine. Now, I don't know Andy Devine.
I do know Devine is in some John Waters movies and eats dog shit in one of them, so I'm going with Devine.
Hold on, I'm going to quickly look up who Andy Devine is. He's an American character actor. Oh, it's this guy.
I recognize him.
Yeah. I've
seen him in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance and Stagecoach.
Yeah, like sidekick style roles,
Disney
right?
Robin Hood.
I mean, he did Star is Born in the 30s.
But he hasn't, as far as I know, eaten dog
he hasn't
shit.
Consumed
so I'm going with Devine.
Or dog feces. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go with Devine. Moving on to his next question here. Have either of you ever come close? This is sort of related to that. Have either of you? Thomas, you got to help me
take
out
over here. Have any of you have any? Sorry, it's really hard to get this. Have either?
I'm so nervous reading an email.
Have either of you ever come close to soiling your shorts in some fashion, even though you are both young men? If so, not counting toddlerhood, at what age did this happen? So he's not even asking for the story, which we have given on the show before.
Yes,
I famously did it at the age of 18, exactly. Yes. On my 18th birthday, I soiled my shorts.
What's the most recent? Wait, you fucking shit yourself like on a day we recorded. We did like I think a second episode with the Hill Kings. You would shit your pants. Like
the chair I record in still stinks.
That's disgusting.
I did shit my pants on the way to work while I was on the train, and I had to toss my undies.
Did you have to do therapy sessions after that?
I did have to do therapy after. I cleaned myself up. Don't worry, clients.
Oh, man.
To air is human, and to air out is humid. It was really moist and stinky in that room.
Yeah, that's awful. Awful, man. I think as an adult, the coming close to shitting myself is unusual, although sometimes a fart will be trusted in a wrong position, and there needs to be like sort of an immediate response. Yeah. That hasn't happened in a long...
Doggy style farts are not ideal.
Doggy style
That's
farts?
The wrong position, yeah. You just...
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You know, something's going in, something's coming out. It's
what are
perfect.
they talking about that our show is always the same? This is completely fresh content.
It was sort of a bad tone setter to take that in, a horrid amuse-bouche, because now everyone who's listening is going to be like, this does
now
sound
that Guy's new film Rumors is making waves at the film festivals, we're going to bring him back down to earth.
Yeah, I do
number
think...
3, what are you saying, Kevin?
No, I was just going to say, one thing that does make me happy is that because Guy doesn't do 1,000 interviews, sometimes every now and then we'll get like a comment or I'll see something on our social media because someone who's looking for information about the new film will be like, oh, he talked to these guys about it, and then they'll pull it up and he's just watching our fucking school's videos and shit. Like, we refuse to talk to him about the film. But yeah, Guy asked us here, is there any point at which you would favor corporal punishment for children? What would it take for a child to force your hand? I'm not asking for you to justify it morally, just pragmatically. So
I'm just going to say yes and not much for that one.
Yeah, I think we can concisely say... Moving on. Thank you, Guy. Next up from this is guest of the show, Kerri Woloszyn, friend of the show, guest of the show, Kerri Woloszyn. A white woman. And Kerri sent this in. It says it's a sound file from Kerri and Lauren. I'm not sure who Lauren is, but here it is, and I'll just give it a play.
Hi, Thomas and Kevin. Congratulations on 100 episodes. This is your friend,
Thank you, Kerri.
Kerri Woloszyn. It's Kerri
Pronounced
Woloszyn
her
of
name wrong.
Famous Ant fame. The last time I was on the podcast, I talked about spending a weekend with my nieces, and I happened to be spending a weekend with my nieces again this weekend.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce you to one of my nieces, Lauren. Lauren, say hi.
Hi,
And Lauren, how old are you?
I'm turning 11 in 2 weeks.
And Lauren, I think you have a question for Thomas and Kevin, right?
Yeah. What did you do for your 11th birthday?
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
I would I
I
would like to
corporal
say I
punishment stuff.
regret my recent comments about violence against children. I don't know how we set that the 1-2 punch, as it were, but that felt really bad to listen to.
Right after you'd sort of said it would take
Also,
very little
I
for you
think
to
we
hurt
mispronounced Kerri's name. It's Woloszyn, it turns out.
I've been good friends with Kerri for near a decade at least.
Me too.
Yeah.
When you pronounce Monique's full name, it also kind of threw me. In that
I thought you were
episode,
going to say irks you.
It irks me. Yeah, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. What did we do for our 11th birthday? Thank you, Kerri and Lauren.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you remember? Do you remember
pretty-
these well? Like, are
I
they
don't
different
remember
to you?
my childhood that specifically, but
Yeah, me
it's
neither.
interesting because I think that would have been the last year before, or maybe it's even possible that was the year. I'm just going to say it was for the story that was the year I had a sabbatical, or my dad had a sabbatical.
It's like an 11-year-old on
I had a
sabbatical.
PhD. I was a tenured professor. I was teaching, I don't know, international relations. And no, my dad took a sabbatical, so we lived in America for the year, I think.
okay.
I might have been 12, the birthday I'm thinking of, but
Sure.
11 or 12, we were in Hamburg, New York, and I probably spent my birthday on my grandma's porch.
Right.
We probably got some ice cream cake. We all sat around on our little deck chairs, and those are very happy memories. That year, I was nicknamed the Canadian Jew boy by my American classmates. And I think on the last day of school, which would have been close to my birthday, I slapped a bully in the face because it was the last time I was ever going to see her. Unfortunately, it was a woman, but she was older than me.
What the fuck? Why did you smack a woman in the face?
She was much older than me. She was a bully. And I thought I'll do a little 11-year-old. I'll show
Justice.
you. I can escape from this.
That's good for you, man. Good for you for standing up for
good
yourself.
for me, but
Well, in a way, you did get to hit a child, right? Corporal punishment.
I was younger than her. It's fine. You're allowed to hit kids when you're a kid, I think.
Our birthdays are both in August. So, and I was born in 1990, which means that my 11th birthday would have been literally 1 month and a day before. That's right, September 11th.
You were still celebrating, huh?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, snap.
Jesus Christ. But when I turned 11, I remember my 10th birthday because we went to England and we went to Disney World, and I think my grandfather died while I was in Disney World, and he lived in England, and it was like this whole thing. And I do kind of vague, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was my 10th birthday. My 11th birthday, I think we were just kind of holding tight, making sure no one else was sort of about to kick it. No, I don't remember or recall much. I would have been going into grade 6 in 11. Yeah.
6 or yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And I have very little, when I was that age, I remember birthdays when I was younger at like Discovery Zone and Jungle Gym style parks, but I don't remember the events of my 11th birthday, unfortunately. I'm sure I had an ice cream cake. I fucked around hard with ice cream cakes.
Yeah.
And outside of that, I think I probably had some friends over.
Nice.
I like to play video games and stuff when I was that age. I feel like it was like a lot.
I had one birthday that might have been actually my real 11th birthday, which was at the Canad Inn in Winnipeg.
Oh, those were ballin' ass. Did you
Yeah.
do the bunk beds in the room?
You got bunk beds and
Oh,
N64
yeah.
in the room,
There
and
was,
then
like,
the
4
water slide
swoops.
by the
Yeah.
pool that you could
Yeah.
go on. And I think
Honestly, that might have been.
because my 6th grade year was the one in Hamburg, so I might have had that as kind of a send-off birthday, and I had some kids over to the
I
Canad
see.
Inn.
That
Yeah.
was the vibe, man. They would have like an N64 in the room, and like there was like a TV in the center. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah,
I loved that.
I remember
shit.
all my friends were into Yu-Gi-Oh at the time, and I didn't have any cards, and I felt left out
Oh, on your birthday.
on my
no
birthday and every
Oh.
day since.
Well, to be a master. That's Pokemon, not Yu-Gi-Oh. Next up, thank you, Lauren, by the way. For
Thank
that.
you, Lauren. Thank you, Kerri
Lauren.
Woloszyn.
Woloszyn. And next up, we've got there's sort of 2 videos from the same person back to back. So we could choose one or the other. But we could probably just watch them both. They're very short.
Let's
they are
watch
from
them both.
Big Daddy Tazz.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll pull this one up. Oh no. Yeah, no, here it is. Here it is. I don't know why it's not showing that. There we go.
Where is he?
So Tazz appears to be.
You're just listening. He's on some like resort
Yeah,
by
it
the
looks-
water.
It looks like they're sort of through the windows. I mean, he's sleeping, right? He's in bed, and through the windows you can sort of see, what looks to be like sort of the surf and a mountainous hill
Yeah.
behind him. He
Let's
looks to
see.
be in bed without clothes on. Oh,
Tazzy?
oh.
Tazzy. I need you to do a promo for Oops All Segment's 100th episode.
Oh.
Okay, and he flipped us off.
Okay,
If
was-
they want whatever, they're okay.
That's the video.
Okay,
So
well, he
it's not
sent
a
us a
question.
follow-up. Not a question exactly. He did flip us off. He said we were okay, which is, that could be a pull quote. Vulture, if you're looking for like 10 podcasts to watch, keep this in mind.
Here's
Second
his
one,
second video.
Is this just a different take of the same thing? Because it's the exact same shot of him in bed.
Let's find out.
Tazzy? Tazzy, I need you to do a promo for Oops All Segment's 100th episode.
It's a good show. Watch it.
Oh, that's nice, sir. Oh. He's
So
sort of-
he had a fart brewing, I guess, and he said, quick, let's record
Run
a
it
second
back.
one.
Run it back, honey. Start the camera again. I gotta rip
All right.
one.
Well, finally, someone gets the tone of the show. Thank you, Big Daddy Tazz.
Thank you, Big Daddy Tazz, for your,
That was
your
really kind.
kind notes. I guess we can move right along. Next
Yeah,
up.
let's just keep going.
There's no segment about that. Next up, we've got Shannon Bacchus. Shannon.
Ooh.
Shannon has given us an audio submission here. Let's give it a
Let's
little
check it out.
listen-y-do.
Hello, Kevin and Thomas. This is Shannon Bacchus coming to you live from Los Angeles. I had a great time on your show when I was a guest. And so, in honor of your 100th episode, I want to proposition you with this segment. Right now, I'm doing laundry and it is the bane of my existence. So, for this segment, I would like you both to personify your least favorite chore and have the chore yell at you for how bad you are at doing it and why you suck at doing that chore. Love you guys. Congratulations. Bye.
Thank you so much.
That's a good one,
I'm
Shannon.
trying to think, what is my least favorite chore? The thing I truly hate.
I think there's a good deal of things that can be frustrating, but I think I know what mine might be.
Go ahead.
And Shannon asked us to personify it,
Yeah.
right? I'm the lawn! Fucking mow me, you bitch! Fucking mow me! Bet I'll set off all your goddamn allergies with the dew I'm holding.
And it's me, the leaves. Rake me, bitch. Put me into little piles that don't stay together and then try to shove me into bags. So it'll
That's
set
right.
off different allergies that have laid dormant in the trees but have now fallen down to the ground.
And we're the bags. If you're fill us up too much, they won't take us away.
Yeah. And raking leaves seems kind of redundant because there's always leaves left over once it snows, and you can never kind of maintain all of it. You stupid,
Who's raking the
stupid
leaves
boy.
in the forest? Do it for the lulz. Folks, Thomas, what is your favorite?
That was
what is
mine,
your
raking the leaves. Yeah,
Raking
I
the
just
leaves.
jumped on yours because
Okay.
I do hate it more than mowing the lawn, I think.
Yeah. Mowing the lawn is awful. You hate. I don't think I've ever raked the leaves.
Yeah, I used to rake my parents' front
Sure.
lawn, and like it was really annoying because it just feels like a Sisyphean task. Like you just
Sure.
are always behind. You're kind of scraping up the grass by accident and like damaging the lawn.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
It does feel like, but you have to keep in mind, as Camus said, one must imagine Thomas happy.
Right.
One must imagine you happy raking those leaves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it.
Camus is on Cameo.
No, I think he's dead.
Okay.
Imagine I love the idea of like a philosopher being on Cameo.
Yeah. He who has a why to live can endure any how. And it's just Nietzsche's why is that he gets to like wish people happy birthday sometimes.
Hey, it's me, Nietzsche.
Hey, I love that you are such a big fan of bowling.
Yeah, man. That's
and
really
congrats on the promotion.
Your friend Jeremy tells me that your wife is leaving you, and I'm sorry to hear that. But
I just want to say this: you are an uber mensch.
Yeah.
That's
very good. Connor McBride.
Ooh.
That's who's up next. Connor McBride, friend of the show, guest of the show. He has sent us in an audio segment here. And here we go.
Hey guys, happy 100th episode. Quick story before my prompt. My partner and I recently just bought a house. It was a grueling, often dejecting experience that I'm so glad was over, but it ended up so good for us. We almost bought a lot of houses that we would have been honestly unhappy with, and ended up getting one in the end that is beautiful, got a lot of character, and we later found out was
no time left
owned
for
by
the
Burton
question.
Cummings, which is
it was once owned by
crazy.
Burton Cummings.
So that leads me
Wow.
to my prompt. If the only houses on the market were previously owned by famous people, whose house would you want to buy and why?
Okay.
I mean, it's sort of cliche, but I gotta say Nicolas Cage. Like, imagine the curses, the weird artifacts and relics, the like temple to himself. It would just be so, any detail that he left behind, I would be so fascinated, because he's famously bought a pyramid to be entombed in. He collects like rare earth metals and all of these like
he has
mystical objects. Like, I just would.
There's no way there's not something, at least one crazy, unique thing in that place. But
I'm a huge fan, but I would just be fascinated by like whatever leavings he had in there.
Nick's leavings.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah. I think it's tough to say, and I have to say, I was worried that Connor was going to put forward. He sort of historically has given us very problematic segments.
Yes.
And given that, I was really worried he was going to ask us some sort of cancellation-esque question.
We're kind of rebranded now, so we're a clean show. We're
clean
for
show.
everybody now.
Yes.
We're mentioning on YouTube it is family friendly when all our
I'm
uploads.
selecting all the, it's meant for children.
Meant for
is what
children.
I select. Yeah. But yeah, I think if I was going to steal somebody's house, I think I would probably, I guess maybe Amir Blumenfeld.
Interesting. And
Yeah,
wouldn't
just
that
because-
be just desserts?
Exactly. It would just be desserts,
Sorry for saying we were going to steal, then actually stealing. Joking steal becomes real steal. That's my bad.
I have to say something pretty shocking.
Yep.
Regarding Amir Blumenfeld.
Yep.
I never missed one episode of If I Were You. I listened the entire time.
Yep.
And I'm still a fan, even though it hurt that they stole her idea.
It did.
But look, podcast tastes change. I listen to the shows I'm most excited to listen to. And Kevin, currently,
Yep.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed episodes of segments that I just haven't gotten around to. That is not because I'm bitter. It's just that I don't know. It's not really gripping me.
No.
I'll pick a Doughboys, I'll pick a Chapo, I'll pick a Stavi's World over segments. Hollywood Handbook, time and time again.
I mean, don't like, because like there's, don't be, this is mean, right? Like your platform.
It makes sense why people also don't listen to our version. It's just not that engaging a format.
Listen, when the audience has no idea what to expect, what's happening next, they're afraid. They don't like that.
Yeah, it's very scary, I think, to listen. It never occurred to me that this could be a horror podcast. But
there's something. We could start playing on that, making people uncomfortable with the sounds we play instead of just like nice, comfortable ones, It
would have been nice if Amir had sent us something for the 100th episode as a kind of like show of goodwill.
Yeah, I did DM him and he did see it. So
yeah, we've definitely pushed our luck there. But
yeah, so to answer your question, Connor, I'm stealing his house. I'm moving in. I want to live. I want to be where the people are. I want to talk. Want to see them dancing, and I want to see what Amir lives his life like, so that I can figure out just what is going on in that little man's brain to make him so evil that he might steal our concept. That's all.
Great.
I want to parasite him.
Good. Yeah, live in the basement, kind of starving and sneaking upstairs to steal like tomatoes from the fridge and stuff like
Scaring the people he lives with.
Getting your head caved in by a big rock.
That's sort of the end goal, ideally. Moving on, as I think we should, and as I think I would if I were to be smashed with a brick. I think maybe we could do one more, take a brief ad break, and then come back. The next one we've got here is from Alon Elian. And Alon guested not that long ago, Pasta Wolf. It was a fun
long time ago.
In a galaxy Elian far away.
Nice.
Hello, this is Alon Elian. I just want to congratulate you on 100 episodes. 100 episodes of Oops All Segments. Here's to 100 more. Unless you guys are tired and then just, take a break or, go do something else. You have options. Anyway, here's the question. It's another food question. Fuck, marry, kill. I don't forget if you guys curse on the podcast or not. F curse, marry, kill. Ketchup, mustard, mayo. Now, let's say one of them.
Mustard, mayo.
You want another middle one you can have once a month, and one you can never ever consume again. Ketchup, mustard, mayo.
Right. Once a month is the.
I want to congratulate you again. And you could just Venmo me for the question. $40.
What
is my usual?
I don't want to pay
rate.
For that.
All right. Enjoy yourselves.
He said $40.
I'm a little girl.
Yeah, he seemed more sleepy than Big Daddy Tazz on that. He seemed
Hold on a second here.
Zonked out.
All right.
Listen.
Enjoy yourselves. I'm a little girl.
Did he say I'm a little girl?
I think he said, yeah, I'm a little girl after.
Okay. What a twist.
Okay. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
Fuck, marry, kill. One you never get to have again. One you get to have once a month. And one every day. That's I think really tough one.
I have a controversial take on this. I think it's going to make people upset. I'm going to say I'm going to marry mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is a great base. You can use all kinds of aiolis. You throw some chipotle pepper in there. You throw some jalapenos in there. You throw dill, honey, anything you want.
Pretty much any sandwich can have mayo on it in some form.
Mayo's top tier. So mayo gets to stick around. And unusual answer here. I'm gonna kill ketchup, and I'm gonna fuck mustard. I don't love mustard, but I think mustard once in a while adds some difference. Ketchup, I could take it or leave it, man.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce all the way, but ketchup, no, thank you.
I'm struggling too. I might have the same answer.
You live in Chicago, so you should hate ketchup.
That's the thing. But Chicagoans can put ketchup on fries, which is something I basically have to do. Like, I almost can't have fries without ketchup.
I almost never have ketchup.
It could be a mayo, like a garlic aioli or something is good too, but that is to me like a heavier dip than a ketchup. A ketchup is like a little bit
There's
lighter.
There's a viscosity to the ketchup that the mayonnaise does not have.
It cuts the salt pretty well.
It's sweet.
I do love mustard on a hot dog, but other than that, I don't know. I don't need it on most things, so I guess I'll kill mustard. I'm gonna marry mayo and fuck ketchup.
It's clear that mayo is wife material, right?
Mayo is so good, and it is like, because I can only have ketchup once a month. You know what? Actually, because it's once a month, I feel like I would still have to have fries sometimes without it. So maybe I will keep mustard for that once a month, like Gene and Jude's hot dog or whatever.
Oh yeah, because you eat fries more than once a month, probably, right? I do.
Probably, I would think so.
Yeah, and so I feel like if you're having ketchup every time you have fries, that's not going to fly.
Yeah, I might just have to forgo it.
And you don't want to. I mean, maybe you would be looking forward to it once a month. But
not having mayo would ruin so many sandwiches.
Oh my God!
Like,
could you imagine a BLT
disgusting.
no mayonnaise?
Yeah, or like even a chicken sandwich without some aioli on it. Like, it's gross.
Yeah, no, terrible.
It's too dry.
And like, also, if you're sitting at home and you're like, I don't like mayonnaise, your favorite sauce probably has mayonnaise in it.
Yeah.
Your favorite sauce probably has mayonnaise in it. Like
I do think it was a weird campaign to kind of make mayo sound like lame and uninspired. Like, it's an incredibly good and delicious thing. It is not bland, and it can be spruced up with just like one clove of garlic. You grind that up, put it in the mayo, put a little lemon in there. You've got an incredible dip.
Yeah, you throw anything in there, some chips, some pita. You're gonna have yourself a nice little snacky do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a nice little snacky do. Thomas, I think it's time that we take a little bit of an ad break for the listeners here. And
I want to say quickly to Alon, we're not going to be sending you the money, but we have a good reason. I don't want my Venmo history to suggest that I sent $40 to a little girl. Right. That is not something that I need a record of.
No, especially given some of the things you've said on this show, both
some things I've said,
children
in this episode,
sometimes two little women, literally.
Yeah.
So
Beth and the rest.
What's up, everybody? My name is Chance Nichols, and I am the host of We Didn't Peak. It's a podcast where I interview people who don't suck. I mean, they're people who are chasing their dreams, and we talk about their lives, where they've been, where they're going. And look, you don't have to be chasing your dreams to not suck. I know plenty of cool people who hate their lives, all right? Boy, this is less an advertisement, more an insult. Okay, well, listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at We Didn't Peak.
Did we ever update our ad for the other? Because ours so for 100 episodes we have this like abrasive alarm, and we did record an alternate, but it's never been used.
I've never edited it. I never made it, and now I was like,
listening to that, I was like, oh my God! Imagine people having to sit through ours, and like that was kind of fun. Like normally we don't hear the ads while we're recording. That was new for us.
The first time for that you've heard it while we've been recording.
And I was like, oh, that sounds like a fun show. Check it out. And I can't imagine people feel that about ours. So.
We should re-record our ad.
With the new branding. We should get the new music, and we can do a new one.
We can do a new one. Speaking transparently, I'm pretty sure at least one of these advertisers no longer makes the podcast anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
At least one. But that's okay. That's all right. We gonna have some fun tonight. We've got Daniel Tompkins next.
Ooh.
Daniel Tompkins coming in hot. Here we go.
Hey, Thomas and Kevin. It's me, Daniel Tompkins, your best friend.
Well,
it's true because you're on record saying that. I have you on record saying that.
What?
Anyway, congratulations on your 100th episode of Oops All Segments. It's a pretty big deal. Maybe you'll get on Sirius XM or something. And then you can hire a third, which will be your best friend, me.
Dan wants to be on
Anyway, here's my bit. I've been working on it for a little while.
Yeah.
I call it Scary Seinfeld. Okay, here we go. Boo! What's the deal with that? Thank you. That was Scary Seinfeld. I have another one. It's not very good on a voice memo, but I'm going to explain it because that's how jokes work. It's called Kerri Seinfeld. And it's me walking around New York City, just carrying a miniature Jerry Seinfeld around.
Yeah.
And looking for black and white cookies.
Nice.
Anyway, congrats.
A lot of these aren't questions. I do think we could probably do a fun riff on Scary Seinfeld for a bit,
Seinfeld, yeah, Scary Seinfeld. I mean, despite the fact that may currently depict his nature, I saw this interesting post yesterday about people. They were because I guess Ellen DeGeneres has a new stand-up special where she's like, "I'm not being nice anymore," and everyone's like,
"Yeah, we know."
You weren't.
You got in a lot of trouble for not being nice before.
Yeah. It's like, okay, but then people were like talking in the comments about how sad they were that when she guested on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, she like stole Jerry Seinfeld's keys, and they were like, while he's panicking looking for his keys, look at the joy in her eyes. That's the kind of thing that she like that's what makes her happy, is like when people are struggling. And I'm like, I don't know if this is the example that you want to use. Is like,
yeah. Also, like, history has not been kind to Jerry Seinfeld
or Ellen DeGeneres. Like it's
two truly bad people. He is scary. Imagine being a 17-year-old going out trick-or-treating one last time and he tries to date you. I mean, you had a 17-year-old girlfriend, folks.
I got a trick for you. What's the deal with this? Yeah. Oh, Jerry, quite contrary, I would say.
I was expecting Kerri Seinfeld to be Jerry Seinfeld at the prom and some blood gets poured on him and then he kills everyone.
I was expecting him to be sort of Jerry Seinfeld, but with sort of a big coiffed hair, sort of Hawaiian shirt, maybe detecting
Jim
on some
Carrey
pets.
Seinfeld. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sort of.
Do not go in there!
What if Jerry Seinfeld played Ace Ventura?
You know what?
Detective?
Actually, that really transphobic scene at the end could have been a rant from Jerry Seinfeld, I think. Where he's just
Einhorn is a man!
Just puking everywhere. They won't let me say my controversial jokes. So thanks, Daniel Tompkins.
Oh, yes, Kerri Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld. Jesse Bergen sent us 3 videos here.
A lot of people really went big.
Yes, they did go big. I'm gonna pull up Jesse's here. His first video for us. Here we go.
Hey, Chuckleheads.
Whoa.
On 100 episodes of What We Do in the Basement, or whatever this other podcast is called. My challenge to you is, Kevin, you need to make up the names of 10 new segments in under a minute.
What?
If you can't do that, you have to buy me a beer sometime.
I'm seeing him tomorrow.
Thomas, I want you to time him, and I want you to hold him accountable. This should be easy for you guys since you've been doing this for like 7 years.
2.
Good luck, Kevin. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Wow.
Oh my God. Okay. 10 segments in a minute, right?
Yep. I have got the timer ready, Kevin. Let me know.
And I don't have to explain them, right? I just
nope, just with 10 titles for segments.
I'm gonna put them in the private chat.
Okay.
Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just look at that
say
later.
them. I'll type them while you say them. Maybe I'll mute myself. Okay. Here we go. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go.
Golf club replacement. You think about what kind of objects in your household might be better used, or might be the best way to replace a golf club. Worst pet you've ever had. That's another segment where we talk about a worst pet we've ever had.
You don't have to explain them.
Yes. Fright Club. Night of the Living Head. I wish I was Igor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count Fuckula.
You have 20 seconds left.
Dragons and diners. Tripods can fall. 45 minutes or less. Where is your mom?
And he did it, folks, with 4 seconds to spare.
Just nonsense.
Let's repeat
coming out of
those.
my mouth.
We have golf club replacement, worst pet you've ever had, Fright Club, which is Scary Seinfeld, Night of the Living Head, which is Scary Seinfeld. I wish I was Igor, which is Scary Seinfeld. Count Fuckula, which you guessed it, that's Scary Seinfeld.
Scary Seinfeld is
Dragons
back,
and
baby.
Diners, that's Guy Fieri. Tripods can fall, 45 minutes or less, and Where is your mom? Good work, Kevin. Jesse will be getting no beer from him.
No beer from me tomorrow, motherfucker. So we've got another video from Jesse here. Let's quickly take a look at what he's got to say, because I assume it's related. He did ask me to make sure I put them in order. So here we go.
Hello again, chuckleheads.
Stop calling us that.
Not going to get off that easily, Thomas. Now it's your turn.
Right.
You have to make up the names of 10 new segments in 60 seconds, and Kevin is going to time you.
Okay.
And also, if you repeat in any way, shape, or form any of the ones that he mentioned, you got to buy me 2 beers.
Oh, that's nice.
No.
Good luck, guys.
Okie dokie. You ready, my man? Or do you want
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's just
I'm
go.
going to try to type. Okay, here we go. Starting now.
Imposter Syndrome. Cry Me a Liver. Howie Mandel Experience. Blackboard Eraser. Jumpstart My Heart. Flamboyant Boys. Buoyant Girls. The Pogo Stick of Sadness. Crime Does Pay. How many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need one more, and you have 26 seconds.
Oh, let me come up with a really good one.
Yeah, come
then.
up with a really, really good one. You got 20
let
seconds.
me put my feet up.
Yeah.
How about Messy Bergen?
Messy. Oh, okay. Messy Bergen. And that's it. You got it done. Jesse's getting no beers.
No beers.
No
Did I
beers
repeat
from
anything?
Jesse. Yeah, let me look back here. So we've got Imposter Syndrome. That feels like it's on its own. Cry Me a Liver also feels like it's on its own. Howie Mandel Experience, you guessed it. Jerry Seinfeld, Scary Seinfeld. Blackboard Eraser, that's like obviously something you saw nearby, which is sort of feels a little bit like Tripod Can Fall, but isn't quite the same. Jumpstart My Heart is pretty good. I guess that's a little like Count Fuckula. Flamboyant Boys and Buoyant Girls, those are very fun. Pogo Stick of Sadness, Crime Does Pay, and Messy Bergen. Yeah, so I think we're good. I think we've sort of had that. Let's take a look at Jesse's last video. We'll see if there's something.
How many beers do we get?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Jess.
Well, well, well. Wasn't that a very funny, interesting, and unexpected game that we all just played together?
Yeah.
And now the final part of the challenge. Assuming you guys are going to keep doing the podcast for a few more episodes, in the next episode,
a few more.
You need to make Thomas play one of the titles that he mentioned.
I see.
And Thomas, in the subsequent episode, you need to make Kevin play one of the titles that he made up.
I like that.
And if you guys don't, you have to each buy me 7 beers.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay.
We're all counting on you.
We're all counting.
His sort of drinking is getting out of control.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
is sort of a problem. He asked us for a collective amount of 10 beers throughout the episode, which is too much, right?
Yeah, that's binge drinking. But okay, so let's remember to save these.
Yeah.
We're gonna need new segments anyway. Well, let's just say let's call it now. We're gonna somehow use all of these. We'll put them in the wheel.
Yeah.
None will be thrown out.
Yeah, none will be thrown out. We'll use them all, and
But
Jesse
next
will...
time I will force you and maybe our guest to do one of these segments.
Yeah. I think we should try and save Messy Bergen for when Jesse's on.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Okay. Next up, I think we might actually make it through all of these for this episode. T. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more. So, and
that could be a long time, but we'll see.
We'll see. I said maybe, and now we'll see. So for this one here, Luke sent us a voice message through Instagram And so I have to open up my Instagram DMs to play it. So I'm gonna have to like censor some
Luke,
stuff.
you found the most obscure way to send something
He couldn't
to
just
us, my
send me the
friend.
file a normal way. He sent us an Instagram DM with a video. But here's the DM. So it says, this video is like 20 seconds, and here's my audio.
So I think he wants us to watch the video first.
No, he does ask us. I had to check this one. So in the audio for this one, this is the only one I've actually heard in advance. He does ask us to watch the video after. Like, it's in the segment.
Okay.
Anyway.
Greetings, Kevin. Greetings, Thomas. Holy masters of the Oops Infinity dimension who run all things. I would like you to use your brains, watch this video that I kind of gave you guys, and just dissect it. I'm just very curious what you think and what you feel when you see this absolute genius of a man break down how to manipulate time.
Okay.
Very excited.
Yeah, very
Let's
very
check
cool.
out the reel.
So now I've got to go like this. I've got to present the screen that has the reel in it from some. This looks like one of those like what do you call, like entrepreneur? The page is called Entrepreneur Ideology. So here we go.
Is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. My day.
This is awesome. This guy has taken the logic from the movie The Jerk, where he's like, our first date, that felt like 3 days. And then and then the second day was like 6 days. And then the third day I didn't see you, so that was just a day. But then the fourth day we saw each other, and that was 12 days. That's basically the logic this guy has brought to his grind set.
Just being like, I've changed what I determine as a day, so I get more days than you do. I'm going to kick your butt. Like, what do you mean?
I get 21 days a week. That sounds like a rejected Beatles song.
Yeah, 21 days a week. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, I have very.
It's pretty smart. I like this. Like, basically, he's saying he's getting up. Is he having 3 meals a day too?
Just eating 9 times in a 24-hour period.
From 6 a.m. to noon, he's having.
I have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in that day.
Yeah.
Like, what is like for a person? What do you think defines the average person defines the start and the end of a day? Waking up and going to sleep, right? So this guy's just taking naps. I think Buddy here is just like
he's just EP.
He's just EP. Entrepreneur EP mindset.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty good video. Thank
you, Luke.
Next up, now this is where the wheels might fall off the wagon. And so I'm wondering if I should hold this on for its own episode, because Susan Evans sent us 10 videos.
Yeah, the Susan Evans experience. Why don't we do one video today?
We'll do one
and then
today.
We have an episode devoted to getting through all the other ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna see Susan soon. I think she's coming into town for the Winnipeg Improv Festival.
Nice.
So that's
maybe we can have her back on and do all the videos.
Yeah,
with her.
maybe we can do all the videos with Susan. But regardless, we'll have another episode maybe after this one that's just called the Susan Evans Experience or something, where we watch most of hers. But we're gonna use one of them. I'll just use the first one for now, and this way we can grab the last few seggies that we've got here. So yeah, here we go.
Okay. For your celebratory episode, my challenge to you is to battle to the death.
So we can't do that, right? That was it. That's
let's watch another one, because we're not gonna. We're recording remotely, otherwise we would kill each other right now.
Would fight each other to the death, but we can't.
Okay. My question is, would you rather eat a mason jar's worth of toonies or poop a mason jar's worth of loonies?
probably the pooping one, right?
I think the eating would lead to the pooping.
Right, yeah, because you still have to shit out the
I
tubes.
imagine you would digest the silver outer layer and poop out the bronze inner layer, which looks like a loony anyway.
Right. That would be interesting. Then you'd sort of have...
Or copper, I don't know what it is, but...
I don't know what it is.
I think... Yeah,
you have to do the shitting.
Shitting a mason jar worth of loonies.
How big is the mason jar? We're talking like a regular 12-ounce mason jar? That's a lot of loonies.
Yeah, I'm going to go with shitting.
I kind of like shitting.
We both have a bidet now. We can handle it.
Let's
do all of these. Let's do it lightning round.
Okay.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight you and kill you after.
You fly over here and fucking murder me.
As long as they're all 10 seconds quick questions, we'll just answer, we'll go on to the next
one.
Just
do this lightning round. Okay, here we go. So that was 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Congrats on your 100th birthday or whatever.
Imagine if we had saved that for its own episode.
Just
We thought that was going to be enough.
Okay, I got another good one. Okay, this is just if you want more than one. Okay, so your option is number 1, every single year until, let's say 25 years from now.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is going to send your nudes to your family for Christmas. Every single year. No call nudes. Option 2, the tooth fairy comes and rips all your teeth out.
Oh my God.
It's tough. It's tough.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got another
good one. That's a good one. I gotta go with nudes.
Yeah, you gotta go with nudes because you can start doing tasteful and funny things with them.
Yeah,
right?
and after a year or two, what are they going to be shocked to see my nudes from Santa again?
Yeah,
they'll get used to it.
I mean, it would be one of those things where whenever you met somebody new and you became good friends, you'd have to be like, listen, there's this thing that happens.
This thing that Santa Claus does, who is real, by the way.
Yeah.
You're going to see some dick pics, but I promise they're from Santa, not me.
All right, here we go.
Now we're rolling with ideas. I got another one. Okay, this one is every single month you have to shave yourself fully bald. You can leave head and brows, but everything else has to be shaved off. And then you have to pick a spot on your body to super glue all the hair to every single month. Or your other option is that every single time you're driving, the sun is in that spot that you can't cover with your little drop-down visor thing. So you always drive with a huge amount of sun in your eyes at all time. It's so hard. How do you even pick? This is crazy.
So I think I have to pick the hair one because it's too horrible to imagine.
Yeah, I'm not a big driver, but when I do drive, I don't. Yeah, it would
Would you
prevent
describe
me from
yourself
taking
as sort
road
of a
trips.
mini driver?
I'm a bit of a mini driver, yeah. I'm a baby driver. I'm a mini driver. I'm a drive angry.
Right.
But I'm going to go with the hair as well. I think I could find a good spot for it.
I'm surprised because you drive a lot less than I do. I feel like
I do, but
the transit
sometimes you do need to drive, and I just couldn't bear that.
It's unbearable. Like the other day, I talked for like 5 minutes at a dinner because that happened to me on my way there. So about it. It's very frustrating. Okay, Susan, what you got for us?
Now we're rolling.
Oh, that was the same one. Here we go.
They are getting longer.
Would you rather own a bird or a ferret?
Bird. Ferret sounds like it would get into way too much mischief.
Ferrets are very messy. They can be. I have 3 cats, and they're like vaguely ferret adjacent, so I feel like it wouldn't be that hard.
The ferret might fight the cat.
Yeah, I don't think they'd get along, but they would also definitely try to eat the bird.
True.
So I think I'd have to go with ferret because my life would change the least.
Nice.
Yeah, we're different on this one.
Okay, I think this is the last one. Okay, so would you rather every morning and evening you have an intro and outro theme song based on your day by Randy Newman? Could be a curse, could be a gift, hard to tell. You've either lost your mind or you will. And then the other option is that every single day you get an email to your inbox, to your Gmail account, that is all the negative things somebody thought about you.
Oh my God. The first one is great. The second one's horrible.
The second one is my worst fear
Yeah.
manifest. My second one is Nightmare Land.
I wonder how quickly you would just tune it out, though. Like for the first month,
Oh, because you can
probably
just set
be
that to junk mail, right?
Well,
Like-
but I mean like emotionally tune it out. Like you'd be so distressed by it. But would you build a tolerance? Like it's just like, well, what are you gonna say that's hurt me? I've been getting an email I wonder if it could even build your confidence, but probably not. I will go with Randy Newman.
I'm too insecure, I think. I don't think it could.
But I feel like, well, yeah, I guess if every day you're like, really, my mom thought that about me today?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the deepest fear I have is that the people that love me the most actually don't. And I feel like that would expose it would give me evidence for a situation that isn't
that is a
accurate.
true
You know what I mean?
nightmare.
Like, because we all have negative thoughts about the people we care about. So it's like,
True nightmare. Yeah, give me Randy.
Okay, promise. Last one.
It's not.
Okay. Okay, so would you rather
Yep.
you have a Groundhog Day situation?
Okay.
So you're replaying the same day over, and then you discover partway through it that the only way out of it is to eat a Ziploc freezer bag full of your own shit. That's your only way out of Groundhog Day. You have to do it if you want to get out of Groundhog Day. And it's a boring day. It's just like a Monday. Garfield, and then that's it. Could you do it? There's no other one. Would you survive it?
Just Bill Murray just
Instead of like learning to play the piano, the thing he's getting better at is eating more and more of his own shit. Each
have
day
to
he
eat the
can
whole
stomach
bag.
a little bit more. And after thousands of days in the loop, he finally figures out how to just demolish a Ziploc bag.
10,000 hours in, Malcolm Gladwell style. He finally figured out how to consume all the shit in the bag.
Yeah, it would be so funny if he was like, he finally figures out how to make her fall in love with him and be like a good person, and they're like, sorry, actually what we wanted you to do was eat your own shit. You just did the wrong thing.
Last one.
My nostrils
What?
are completely different shapes. You gotta be really careful when you walk into couches when you're a kid.
That's not a segment, Susan.
Profound final thought. Thank you, Susan. They looked pretty similar shaped to me.
Not that different to me.
But I don't know. How
yeah.
are ours looking?
Yeah. Mine look pretty similar. Yours look pretty similar. Have you ever run into a couch as a child?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I've fucked a couch though a couple
JD
times.
Vance, baby. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you think, T?
We're just gonna keep going, but we are speeding up, my friends. We are gonna
speeding
be
up.
doing lightning round, but we want to get through all of your wonderful submissions.
Yes, that's right. We've got 7. Caity Curtis is up next. Friend of the show, friend of the bros. Here's Caity Curtis.
So think like a Christmas Carol, Ghost of Christmas Past. You can take the other person and show them one of your memories. So Kevin, you can see one of Thomas's memories. Thomas, you can see one of Kevin's memories. What do you want to show the other person? It can be something that they were actually there for, but you want them to see it from your perspective, or something they were not present for, but you would just love for them to be able to see.
That's a cute idea.
That is
I like
cute.
that. Yeah. What do you have anything sitting in your head right away? I have sort of 2 ideas.
I have, me too. So the one that comes to mind, a very special memory for me, was one of the last nights that I was in Hamburg for the summer, like when we were all kind of 18, 19, about to go to college, still kind of like enjoying our youth. But I feel like in general, those Hamburg memories, like making comedy videos with my friends there, like it would have been cool to have you there, and you probably would have actually helped us to finish things and not just like start a bunch of projects and then wait for my cousin to never edit them.
Right.
But the last night we ran through there was this crazy rainstorm. I remember the sky turned green. We were at a little park and we had to run like 20 minutes to get home in the pouring rain, and it just felt like this final youthful adventure that we had together. It was very special and kind of a magical like adolescence moment. So I would bring you to the rainstorm and run through the water with you.
That's very cute and fun and weirdly romantic. That's beautiful. I think interestingly enough, there was a few like, oh, these are nice moments from my past and things, but I think one thing that would be fun and interesting to revisit would be if you and I could go back and look at I have like a very fond memory of warming up in the theater before Departures and Arrivals. Thomas and I were the first show that you and I ever did. The show we met on was Carol Shields' Departures and Arrivals, directed by Megan Andres at the Black Hole Theater at the University of Manitoba. And there's just I still think back to like freestyling in that carpeted room, like airport-esque room that we had for the show, the set. And there's like a I don't know if this is accurate, but I just remember like being really enthusiastic about our friendship. You know, and that being like a moment where it felt very like tangible, that feeling you get when you start to make good friends with someone, and you're like, this is that, like, you know, that's like an exciting feeling. And I feel like it would be interesting to be able, I don't really know how I felt in that moment, but it would be interesting for us to revisit that together,
to go back to a shared memory, interestingly, not just a Kevin memory, but to go back.
I mean, I was gonna be like, I could bring you to any myriad of my family dinners in which we argued about politics or the rights of homosexual people when that was on the table and things like that.
I want to bring you to the memory of me on a plane while you performed with Colin Mockery.
I wish I could bring you to the Colin Mockery show and
me just asking for an orange juice from the flight attendant.
Exactly. Okay, well, that was a great segment. Thank you, Caity.
Thank you, Caity.
Moving on, Mo and Cuinn, friends of the show.
Oh, this one will probably be really long.
It's only a minute and it's only 2 minutes.
All right.
2 minutes.
Hi, Kevin and Thomas. It's Cuinn.
And Mo.
We just want to wish you a genuine congratulations on 100 episodes of Oops All Segments.
That's
it's
nice.
Truly so great to see you and be part of this incredible accomplishment. And we're just so proud.
So proud of you. So here's just, I don't know, what's a fun little segment? Why don't you just say something that you genuinely admire about each other?
That's nice.
Congrats, guys.
Oh.
What's that? It's Daddy Christmas!
And the Yule Fool!
Hello, gentlemen!
Hello, fuckers!
Shit! I hope you've been a good little boy!
And Thomas, I hope you've been a good little Jew!
Oh my god.
Quite the little challenge for you! It's called Let's Rap! But rap is spelled W-R-A-P!
Because we're clever!
And that's like gift wrapping!
Wow.
Because we're clever!
We're gonna give you a crazy line and you finish the couplet! Here we go!
You go first.
Oh, okay, I'll go first.
There are candy canes up Kevin's ass.
What the fuck?
Frosty's got a big old schlong.
And I think it's rather long.
It's snowing dandruff from the heavens.
I think my name is spelled Kevin.
Sleepy poopy, sleepy poopy, sleepy poopy, sleepy poopy.
I like Betty Boopy, Betty Boopy, Betty Boopy.
That last one was really something.
It was solid.
Anyway.
The poopy, I mean.
I got caught off guard by the first one.
See you at Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Cuinn and Mo. Should we still say something we admire about each other?
I mean, I guess we can. Just to talk about the solidity of their own shits just now. I admire your intelligence and your wittiness when it comes to like putting together. You just see connections, see like really interesting and funny and quirky connections and things.
Thank you, Kevin. I admire your just intense loyalty. I think you're a really loyal friend and person, and you care so much about the people in your life.
Oh, well, thank you. Here's Josh Banman. Here's Josh Banman.
Speaking of people we shouldn't have been loyal to.
Enemy of the show.
Kevin, Thomas. Geez, 100 of anything is impressive.
Yep.
You guys impress me. And I really mean that. Here's what I want for a segment, okay? Since the last time I was on your show, I became a father. And without saying too many words, something that is just profound to me is how we, all of us, my son included, grew off of our mothers like little flesh buds off a flesh vine.
Ew.
So for this segment, could you just each call your mom and let them know how much you love them and how grateful you are, because you couldn't have done these 100 without them. Thanks, guys.
Josh appealing to the audience base of Oops All segments.
It's going to be a very popular episode among our moms.
I don't want to interrupt the show to call our mothers right now, but I know my mom will watch this episode.
Yes, so
I'll
let's
to
say
my
it
mom
to her live.
right now that, Mom, behind me you see posters of all these kind of creative things that I've done, and this is another entry in the myriad amounts of creative things that I do. I would not be able to do these things were it not for your deep care, love, and support, and the creativity in me that you helped nourish as a young man. And now I'm very proud to be able to have you in the audience, both of the shows that I make every week and of the shows that I do on the stage. So thank you.
Yeah, Mom, you have put up with a lot from this
Yeah,
show.
you get abused on the show.
I made
endlessly.
jokes that have devastated you, and you still tune in each and every week because you love me more than it's possible to kind of comprehend, and I have felt so just deeply supported, understood. I feel like if I have a problem, you treat it as though we have a problem and you try to help me get through it. And you're so empathetic that like all of my friends kind of have a relationship with you because when they come over, you ask them about their stuff, you remember their problems and their strengths and their dreams, and you just like connect with everyone. It's like a beautiful superpower that I really can't believe that you have, and I hope I have some small fraction of in myself. And you're also a brilliant creative person who inspires me in that way and to be a therapist. So thank you for all the leadership you have shown throughout my life. And also for that milk, baby.
Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Here is Steven Sim.
Hello, Oops All Segments. This is me, Steven Sim. Congratulations on episode 100. That's a milestone. Hey, here's a segment idea for you. Okay, you have a minute, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes, but you have to grab 5 items in your house that you can actually grab in these 3 minutes, and these are the items that you're going to have for you to use. It's the apocalypse, or it's the end of the world, or it's a zombie apocalypse, or whatever it is, whatever kind of apocalypse, but it's you have those 2 minutes to grab 5 items for your survival. There you go. Starting now.
Okay.
We're not gonna. There's
And then,
more. So let's
and then
listen.
you would explain, those 5 items, why they would be your 5 items to like live and survive and win.
We know.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you, Steven. Let's do 1 minute. We'll maybe
wanna
cut
actually
the
go do it?
Yeah, we'll cut the minute out maybe, but we'll each go. We'll set a timer for 1 minute. We'll just see if we can grab a few things. We'll explain what our hauls were.
And we're supposed to have around 5 items tops.
5 at most. We'll see
5
if we
at
get
most.
there.
Okay, in 1 minute, I'm gonna
in 1
hold on,
minute.
hold on. We'll do a countdown here. We can set a timer on our individual phones, so we're back in time.
Okay,
You ready?
3,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
1, go.
Oh my God! Literally knocking everything over. Oh no! Jesus Christ!
I can hear you, Kevin.
I know the minute's up. I just had to fucking fix the lamp. Oh, hold on. I gotta put my headphones on. I can't hear you. I knocked everything over when I came in.
I heard you. Yeah, let's keep that in. Your kind of fear and
can't hear you,
complaining in the background.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Let's keep that in. Your panicked noises. I did hear those. Okay, so
I did fully knock over the light in here. I fixed it, but yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. assuming that we have electricity. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll have it for a little bit. I got a lighter. I feel like fire would be useful in the apocalypse. I got some peanut butter, a little taste of home.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of my favorite treats. It's good with everything. I grabbed this pull-up bar for exercise in the apocalypse.
Flex on them.
You're going to need to get jacked in order to not get attacked.
Yeah.
I did bring my iPad.
Okay.
And then
a lot of electronic.
Well, really just one.
Yeah.
And then this book I'm reading, Middlemarch, it's really long. It's taking me forever to read, so maybe this would be a nice thing to revisit.
Are you enjoying it?
It is a good book, but it's dense.
Nice.
But if I really had nothing going on, I think I'd
probably work through it.
Be good to have a it is good though.
So I guess I grabbed a few things. This I'm not going to include because I realized I have more than 5 and I picked it up on my way into the room, but it was a microphone. But that's not going to help anyone. I have a drill.
Nice.
I've got a drill here. It seems to be out of power, so that's not awesome. It wouldn't be that helpful, but it's
just a screwdriver.
Yeah, pretty much. I have a measuring tape.
Nice.
In case we need to kind of know how to help with
show
construction.
dick pics for scale.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes when you're out in these situations, there's like hard labor required, and so I think having some good, work gloves.
Nice.
We can get things done and keep our fingies safe. This I think is sort of good because we can sort of, obviously I'll be prepared and sort of worshipped as royalty if I'm sort of rocking this medieval times crown. And then sort of the last thing I grabbed, assuming it's a zombie apocalypse anyway, I just have this here. This sort of
Negan bat.
This Negan barbed wire baseball bat that happened to be in my storage room. So, in case we have to kind of get into it. So that's the deal with that.
That's good. You can fight people off with a novelty costumed bat,
Exactly.
but they might think it's real because it looks pretty good.
It does. We'll go next to George Tolles, Daddy Tolles. Daddy Tolles, from my dad, this is your text message to me. In case you still need a prompt for the Oops anniversary, maybe talk about a time you knew you shouldn't say something, but it came bursting out and there was no taking it back. Have you ever been unable to hold in your silliness and let
One time I remember was at a Remembrance Day assembly in elementary school.
Oh, snap.
I was probably in like 3rd grade-ish. Pretty young, and we had a bit going that was very funny that's hard to explain now, which was just scrubbing your armpits, scrubbing your armpits, scrubbing your armpits, and we'd do the gesture and, I don't know, some silly voice. And I remember at the, moment of silence assembly, I nudged my best friend Graham Lever, and I was doing the scrubbing your armpits thing. And Graham was a little adult. He was very mature for his age, and I remember even at the time he was like, this is not the time for that.
Whoa.
There's something about really serious moments. It's hard not to be silly sometimes.
I took a university class called Mathematics and Art, and I had a hell of a time paying attention into it. I didn't enjoy it that much. It was in my first year, and I was in class with a friend of mine, Nick, who I went to high school with, and we had a very juvenile friendship. Nick and I used to make comedy rap music under the name Dookie Fresh Boys, and we were very, very.
Yeah, but then you became a man and you put aside childish things like raps about poop. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, never. No. But on this we were in the class together. We had the class together, and it was a doodle. There was a illustration component to the class, so we would sometimes be doodling and things like that on our notebooks. And Nick, at one point, I think I tried to write or draw a little shark that was made of poo, and I wrote Duty Shark beside it. And then I showed it to him, but then he wrote Duty Shank and then made a knife of poo and
scary.
Showed it to me. And I couldn't contain myself from laughing in the class. I had to leave. I had to excuse myself from the class because it was so silly. Duty Shank. So that's the best I've got. We've got 2 more here. We've got Darcy Fehr up next. Darcy Fehr. Here we go.
Hey there, Kevin. Hey there, Thomas. Congratulations on 100 shows for Oops All Segment.
In Istanbul?
Right here at the Orthodox Church. A very improvised moment. I almost forgot to do this, maybe. But anyway, here it is. Very proud of you guys. It's been my honor to work with you guys again and again. I want to do it again and again. And I just hope you guys do 1,000 more shows. You guys are amazing together. You're both brilliant. I love you both. And let's talk soon. Good luck.
So that was just a nice message.
Just a nice message.
The segment is work with me again.
Yeah. We'll get to it, Darcy. Thank you.
It'll
it
come
is
around.
fun to work. You're very talented and
Very talented.
And what else? I feel like about 75 of our guests did forget to do this. So by almost forgetting, you're still in the top 20%.
You've done well, my man. You've done well. And last but not least, our friends over at the Hill Kings podcast recorded something for us and sent it in. So here's that. Here's
Oh, and welcome back to the Hill Kings podcast with Brad and Chris. We are here to give segments to Gavin and Timothy for their 69th episode because they love having their guests do free work for them. So anyways, here's some segments for you freeloaders.
Gavin and Timothy.
If you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be, and how would you recommend people best eat you? AKA make a vegetable side dish recipe.
You could try shutting the fuck up for once. Just kind of sit in silence for
What? Brad's segment is supposed to shut
3
the
hours
fuck
or so.
up. Chris gave us a
That's
nice
watchable.
segment.
Wow. Fuck, marry.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let's do this first one that Chris
Okay,
asked.
and then we'll do the second one.
Maybe we'll wrap up the show
Let's
with the
do
second
the vegetable one, but when you're not talking, you cannot react in any way. So we'll do them both kind of together. So I'll say my vegetable thing, and you'll just be completely silent and hold for a beat, and then you'll say yours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for just a good veggie side dish, I would do like Brussels sprouts roasted in the oven with some balsamic glaze, maybe some almond slices and some bacon, I think, fried in there. That's a pretty good vegetable.
For my side dish, I think you have to go with a classic, and it's almost a cheat code, but mashed potatoes. You know, you've got to take the potatoes, you've got to butter them up extra buttery, you've got to add sour cream into the ingredients, you've got to add some dill into there, and lots of butter, lots of garlic, and you just make it like whip it to high heaven, so it is creamy, it is fluffy, and it is delectable. Okay.
Right, let's hold for a little longer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kill the NAF,
Okay.
the
Let's
NAFTA
get back to the
countries.
Hill King.
The NAF, fuck, marry, kill. The NAF, the
Fuck,
NAFTA
marry, kill the
countries.
NAFTA.
Ooh.
Like the North American Free Trade Agreement countries. So that's
America,
Canada.
Mexico, and Canada.
I mean, we kill America, right? Obviously, we kill America.
Well, I
Marry
live
Mexico.
here, so hang on. I
It's
say
the
if we-
worst.
Yeah, it's the worst, but it's good for a roll in the hay once in a while. I fuck America.
You want to fuck America?
Fuck
And
America.
Who are you killing?
I guess
It's racist if you kill Mexico.
I guess because of that, I will kill Canada.
How dare
a
you? We live here.
colonialist nightmare
I'm
state.
killing America. I am marrying Canada because it's what I know, and I'm fucking Mexico because I've had a good time there every now and
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Okay,
And
great.
It is my favorite.
If Pokemon
Oh,
were
yeah,
real,
me too.
Yeah.
which one would you not have sex with?
Yeah. The
Pass.
implication being that what?
Pass.
Because you're gonna fuck them all.
One of the
Trade
humans, I
any-
guess. Pass.
Mr. Mime?
No, I mean like Ash or Misty. I don't need that shit in my life, but I'll take
Oh, okay.
all.
Oh, you. Okay, so you're like down with a Geodude, but not with like a real dude.
That's right. Geodude kind of looks like Brock, doesn't he? In a way. So yeah,
That
I
turns
guess
you off.
if I have to, well, yeah, if I have to pick one not to fuck, I guess Geodude, 'cause he's the most like a human.
You going to town on a bee drill and then Jinx walks in and you're like, oh, fuck.
Canadian for any American, live or dead. Trade any Canadian for any American, live or dead.
So we could pick our worst Canadian, who's probably Jordan Peterson right now.
Yep.
And trade him for the best American.
Who is probably what?
Donald Trump.
Being like, man, we can't stand this Jordan Peterson guy. We got to get rid of him. We have to get rid of him. Oh,
Yeah.
thank God. We've replaced him with Donald J. Trump.
Who's like a genuinely great American? I mean, there's gotta be
they're
one,
out
right?
there. I'm sure they're out there. You know, they've got to be. Like, I don't know. Like,
maybe Eugene Debs.
I don't know
We
who that
bring
is.
him
Who's
back.
Eugene
He was
Debs?
like a socialist leader back in the early 21st century.
All right, sure. We'll
or
get rid
20
of Jordan
20th
Peterson,
century.
famous modern scholar Jordan Peterson, for famous dead scholar Eugene Debs.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could commit tax fraud.
Echo Duck.
Pretty sure that hasn't been done on a podcast.
Want to do that?
Also,
right? It's not a segment, and it definitely probably has been done on a podcast.
Yeah, I haven't reported this as income, despite how much we rake in every episode.
Yeah, he hates
very
raking the
watchable.
leaves, but he loves raking in
and
the
you can
cash from
finally
the
pay us
show.
that fucking money you owe us.
Congrats on 100 episodes, boys.
Congrats,
Call me
boys.
back.
Put
Love
that check in the
you.
mail. Put that check
Like
in
and
the mail.
subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Bye, boys. Thanks.
And that was the Hill Kings.
It was a beautiful send-off. We are also resetting our accounts. So if anyone is owed money, that is wiped clean.
Yeah, sorry, sort of a blank slate protocol we have like to call
New
it. Over
brand, new bank.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of our I'm really both touched and disappointed by the submissions. When you say, Kevin, like
touched and disappointed is pretty much the way that you would describe my childhood, my current state.
But a lot of people put in effort but brought no energy. You know what I mean? It's like they must have thought about this, but then they read it out as though they were like being executed, like being read their last rights.
I'm sorry to everyone listening. I'm sorry that not listening, but the ones who submitted the segments. I'm sorry that I asked. I'm sorry that I asked. I'm sorry that I.
It's scary for us to ask for support, to ask for our needs to be met, and we've
easy.
learned we won't be doing that again.
Yeah. I guess making myself vulnerable is a mistake. I learned that. And folks, it's been 100 episodes. We got emotional. We got real. We got silly. We're going to keep doing the show. Next week we'll be back. We won't have a Susan Evans experience or anything like that.
We did that all in one.
We'll find a guest and we'll be back. Send us segments, write them in the comments of the YouTube or the Spotify or however else you enjoy the podcast. Send us segments. We love to take your submissions. As you can see, we don't do the work ourselves anymore. But Jesse helped us create some segments. But
Yeah,
you know.
We're going to be doing a lot of Jesse's segments soon.
It's true. And normally I would because it's like the end of the show, I would like end it with some sort of sentimental thing to you, but we did a lot of that already.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we need to be more heartfelt. I don't think we need to be more
Definitely
heartfelt.
not.
So here's what I'll say. And this is actually sincere. If you're a fan of the show and you've been listening for 100 episodes, or even if you tuned in like 13 episodes ago or 4 episodes ago, or this is your first episode or whatever, genuinely, thank you. This brings us a lot of joy, and Thomas and I don't get to spend that much time together in person, and we've always been project-oriented friends. And so to be able to have a listener base at all when we do something like this feels very, very I'm very grateful for it, and I couldn't be more touched that people enjoy listening to us dick around as much as they do.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that, and thank you.
Thank
for
you
being
for listening, and like, I don't know, tell people about it. Maybe it would be cool if you know someone who might enjoy it. Tell them to check out your favorite episode. We would really appreciate that, because you've been an amazing audience, and it's hard to find one. But the people that like it seem very cool. So thank you guys.
Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for listening to Oops. We'll be back next week with another episode of